There's a new twist in a story WUSA 9 has been following for the last week. So the D.C. government now says it will not pay more than $11 million owed to snow removal companies. It is a stunning reversal from what a spokesperson told us just last night. The district says it got its statement wrong, meaning workers who cleared streets and alleys after January storm won't get their money. Our chief investigative reporter Eric Flack is asking why.
Trucking company District Logistics says D.C. government is shorting them $11.4 million, money it's seeking for subcontractors who worked 24-hour shifts clearing D.C. streets during January's historic storm. Wednesday, a D.C. Department of Public Works spokesperson told WUSA 9 in this email the district is paying District Logistics the remaining $11.4 million balance. But Thursday, a spokesperson from Mayor Muriel Bowser's office told us that statement was made in error and that the city will not pay that money. D.C. is now saying it will only pay drivers for a maximum of 14 hours a day, even if they work 24, citing federal rules that limit commercial truckers to 14 consecutive hours on the job.
We were out there, boots on the ground, not going home to shower, out there spending all those countless hours to clean up these streets for this emergency.
For District Logistics subcontractor Dwayne Wiltshire, who had 13 trucks working the storm, D.C. government's argument doesn't hold up. He and other drivers interviewed by WUSA 9 say DPW has paid them for 24-hour shifts in the past, including snow removal jobs earlier that same winter.
We've never had this problem before.
Wiltshire also told us the same federal trucking regulations D.C. is citing has an emergency exemption, one that suspends the 14-hour rule when drivers are responding to a declared emergency, which the city did declare. And he says D.C. never told anyone during the storm the 14-hour rule would apply.
If that was the case, no one told us or the Prime, communicated with the Prime to say, hey, even though it's an emergency, we're still applying the 14-hour rule. That was never conveyed to anyone.
Drivers also point to DPW-signed snowplow reports, like this one, showing district supervisors were told trucks were working 24-hour shifts. For the more than 100 small trucking companies still waiting to be paid, the financial consequences are already hitting home.
I can't pay my credit card bill because I had to use 24 hours diesel when we were working then. I still owe a lot of money to my insurance company.
Less than 90 minutes ago, we received this statement from D.C. government. The Department of Public Works has initiated payment to District Logistics for all hours and services that could be verified and approved under district contracting and payment guidelines. Contractors are required to follow all relevant laws and regulations. Contract disputes cannot be litigated through the press. Any contractor can file appeals through the Contact Appeals Board, an independent body. While that process remains outstanding, DPW is limited on what information can be shared with third parties, including the press. Lorenzo, that seems to indicate that District Logistics can appeal this decision with the city, which is something I think they intend to do.
Yeah, bottom line here, Flack. So we know these contractors, they say they did the work, and there was a lot of work to do back then. So will they get anything?
Well, they're going to get something out of this. Some have already received partial payments. District Logistics is receiving roughly $14.5 million from the city, which will be paid out to drivers. But who makes up that $11 million gap between what the drivers say they are owed and what the city is willing to pay remains unresolved. And based on the back and forth we've already seen, all this could be headed to court.
Wow, okay, more time.
And more time for those drivers not to get paid, which is kind of what brings it home.
And maybe court costs, legal fees and things of that sort too adding up.
Yeah.
All right, Flack, thank you.
All right.